Hello my lovelies, Robbie here from Kickbackgarage. This video, hopefully a short one, I am going to attempt sorting out some niggles I have with this engine case before I start building it. This is the best bet engine case, by the way. So if that's something you fancy having a watch of, then go grab yourself coffee and I'll see you after the intro. So this is the engine cases. I got the engine case back from the owner, Finn, and he's done a smashing job at tidying up this half, flywheel side, and but I found a bit of a niggle. The niggle is, and I think it's because when I opened this engine, there was definitely signs that someone's had a go at fixing stuff, most notably the clutch. But they're probably young and stupid because they just haven't used the correct tools and stuff. So if you look here on this is sort of a telltale sign that they've had problems getting out this stud. And if we have a look at this side case here, you'll see that this stud is in the engine case. At first I thought I was going to be lucky and it was a normal, like a stud, but this is actually a bolt, not a stud, and it's jammed in there somehow. I'm not sure what's going on there, to be honest, but on this side of the engine you can see, if I can hold it straight, you can see here's the rest of the bolt. You would imagine that if I heated this up, I could knock it through. But I think maybe this is twisted. Now, if I find another bolt from one of the other ones, you'll see this is sort of like a half moon type, almost half moon type shape. Can you get in focus there, please? Yes, ish. And I'm not quite. What I think has happened is when they've been trying to get this out, they have jammed the round part on to the engine case here. So what I'm going to attempt to do, I think, to get this out is I'm first going to see if I can heat it up. There's quite a lot of metal around there, so I'm going to try and heat the bejeebus out of it and then try and knock it through with my trusty big hammer. But if that's not going to budge, I think I might actually have to maybe drill off the head of the bolt on this side, heat it up, use some kind of drift, like these maybe, to try and drift it through, because as the engine case is at the moment, I can't really do anything until I've got that bolt out. And that could explain why it was so dirty, this engine case. Probably because it wasn't screwed together. I think this is an older botch that they've done the first time that they had the cases apart. Another thing that I'm not really pleased about is the bolt for the exhaust. Jesus, what has happened there? I have no idea. But, I'll have to offer up the exhaust and see what we can do about that. But first things first, let's try and do something about this bolt here. I can see it's bubbling around the bolt, but with a little blowtorch like this, I won't exactly melt the aluminium. So I'm going to give it quite a while actually, just so it gives me a fighting chance of getting this thing out. Right, the case is seriously hot. Now, the problem is I don't want to bash it too much here, because if I mushroom that, then I'm definitely not going to be able to get it out. But it would be nice if I could get some movement of some sort. And I did. Oh, it's actually shifting. Nice. Right, let's see if I can... The head on this isn't flat. So what I'm going to have to do is knock it back in again and cut it off with an angle grinder, I think, or a Dremel. Yeah. Right, I got rid of the mushroomed bit. To give me a fighting chance to get that out again, I'm going to heat it up again, just to make sure, because if I can avoid drilling this, it'll be truly excellent. Oh. That's proper much. I am going to stick it on the ground, I think, so don't ruin my bench. Oh, it's moving. It's moving, but very slowly. Just get it past that engine case there, and then it should let go, I reckon. Hopefully. Ah. Yes! Look at the state of that, man. It's just completely corroded into the aluminium. And that corrosion is shit as well here. I need to get something in there and get rid of that before we put that together. Okay. Oh, I'm pleased about that. I thought that could have been a nightmare. What's this? What is that? What is that? Is that a stud that's stuck in? Fortunately, I have actually got a stud stuck in the case here. I presume this is 6mm. How to get that out? There is two ways how to get these out. One is heat it up, try and get hold of that with something, purchase. There's not a lot of goods on there, so trying to get some purchase on that, not easy. But you could like also use one of these and try and wind it out by hitting it. That'll work. You could damage, unfortunately, on this Vespa engine here, it's quite thin here. So you can, if you slip, you're going to damage the sealing area for the clutch. So what I'm going to do is this. So this is a handy tip if you've got an aluminium block and you have a stud that is stuck in the block. What I do, and this works for 99.9% of all the studs that I've had to remove using this method, is to find a random nut which I place on the block, and then I'll fill that with weld. Oh, bastard. Right, the principle here is supposed to be when you weld the nut to the stud that's stuck in the block, then it heats up really quickly, heats up the aluminium around the stud, and it also gives you a purchase so that you can screw it up again. My problem being, the stud just snapped further down in the block. So I'm actually going to have to drill this bugger out, which is a bit of a shame when I was going to show you this fantastic technique of mine that actually normally works. Yeah. That was really annoying. Thing is, when I turned the camera off, I decided I needed to drill out this stud, or this bolt that was stuck in there, and because I'm so perfect, I decided to start. I started by trying to drill it out with a normal Vanley, speaking Norwegian here, with a normal drill, and it was touch and go. I actually fucked it up big time because the drill slipped, and obviously because the stud is a lot harder than the goods itself. I knew I should have used the pillar drill straight away, but I thought I'd chance it, and this is what you get for chancing it. You can see it's like elongated at the top of the hole here. If I can get that in focus, I think I can. Luckily for me, I noticed that quite quickly, and I set up my pillar drill and managed to drill it out with a 5mm drill, and tapped it out with 6mm tap, which is the correct way to do it, which I should have done to start off with. Right, so I'd really like to start building this, but I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. I am waiting for the silent box frame mounts. I thought I ordered them, but I didn't. What I did order, though, was the one for the shock. I mean, I'm thinking maybe I'll put that in now, and because I bought this fancy Vespa engine holder from JB Fabrication that I want to use and showcase that a little bit, but first I need to get those in. So I've already ordered it a couple of days ago, so it's not going to be take a long time before this project is on the go. Shall we try and fit these? I think I've got enough time in the video to fit these because I haven't really done much. Yeah, I'll do that. Right, I promise you, last job of the day. I am going to fit these silent blocks. Screw Centre recommends talcum powder, something I haven't got actually. But what I did first, I'm just lathering tyre paste on here. What I did first was tidy that up a little bit. There was some rubber residue from the ones that were in there, the original ones. So hopefully these should go in pretty easily. I hope so. I hope so, please. They will need persuading. I thought if I could sort of enter them. Oh, right, hang on. Shit, I could almost press those in from by hand. Huh, okay. Right. Bit of threaded bar magic. This is really easy. It requires almost no force, which is nice. I was actually a little bit worried about that. The nice thing about using tyre soap is the fact that they'll just dry up, so it's not going to spin around or fall out or anything like that in the future. I was actually going to be a clever boy, and I was just going to find a fat washer so that it didn't pull the rubber in, but I just knocked it in with a hammer. Once they've been entered, they're fine. Let's get rid of this. Nice thing about this as well is the tube that goes inside there. It's not going to. It's a lot easier than if it was just rubber, so it's not deformed. Just how I need to line those up some. Obviously it's 9mm. Don't you just love Vespers with their 9 and 7mm stuff? Can I use something here? What's that? I just need to line that up. Where are you? Lovely jubbly. Right, that is about as far as I can get this evening with the engine. Obviously, I could start heating up the cases, fitting bearings, stuff like that. But I want to get myself shit organised a little bit. And I'm going to wait a week to get these new bushings in. And got a couple of jobs to do on this before I start putting it together. But I think you get the gist of it. I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a long time. I've got some anticipation. It's been a long time since I've done a Vespa. My first couple of scooters that I owned 25 years ago, they were Vespas. First one being Sprint Veloce. I was a bit lucky with the Sprint Veloce really, because that's basically a PX engine, and that's mostly what I've worked on over the past years. But I've not had a complete strip like this for 20 years or so. So I'll be grabbing my trusty hands. We really need a sticky sludge frame book, don't we? But he's already said he's going to redo the Lambretta one, which is a shame. Not for us Lambretta people, obviously. But anyway, I digress. What I forgot to say on the last video, I started talking about a project that I've got coming in, a Lambretta project. It's going to be really exciting. What it is... Oh, hang on a second. I have to show you something. There. While I had the tyre paste out, I fit the tyres onto the desert sled. So the next video that's coming is going to be on the desert sled. But I'm going to keep these things separately, so that I'm going to do the Vespa build, the Lambretta builds. I've got 2 of those, maybe 3. And I'm going to keep those videos separately, so it's easy to catalogue. And if you don't fancy watching motorbike stuff, where I swear even more than I do building Lambrettas, then you don't have to. So there we have it. I will love you and leave you. and I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, how can you support the channel? Well, of course, you can buy merch. You can give me a super thanks. You can... what else can you do? Buy merch, super thanks, buy me a coffee. That's also up and running. But most importantly, the easiest way to support the channel is by giving this a thumbs up and doing the old subscribe. Right, I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-ra.